The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Honey Show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Oh, yes.
Evening, good evening, good evening. I do not mistaken the opportunity for us talking together. Good evening. I do understand that I have an audience of mostly women. Okay, I understand that my audience is mostly women, and today was an interesting day because it was paired. It was a day geared for women. Okay, and but I felt like I said some things, and some people say, "O'Neil, no, it cannot be this," and some people get offended. Some people saw it as, you know what, it is valuable, and then some didn't. But let's talk about it. Let's really get into it. So let me firstly ask you, how is your day? That's the first question. How was your day? You know me, I'm not going to shy away from a conversation. I'm going to have it no matter what. I'm going to have the conversation no matter what, right? It's what I do. I'm going to have the conversation no matter what. So let's work at what's happening here, all right? On the screen, I took the time out and I said, you know what? Let's get into where the day lied, right? The day was into people expressing them feelings and all of this thing, right? Thank you very much, Chloe, for agreeing with some of what I'm saying. Day was good. My day was lovely. It's kind of hot. Now, one of the things I love about conversations with women is that we get a chance to really talk about it. And I felt like, Amber went to the feminist side of things. I'll get into each opinion and we'll break down the opinions together. We'll talk about the opinion, right? This is a history of feminism here in America, all right? My day was okay. It was great. It was a good day. I even felt like these skits were good for us to talk because there's a lot to talk about, right? Because I feel like they are pinpointing something necessary. I've pulled up the history of feminism and I've cited some sources, of course, because, of course, hey, what's it without any source at all, right? In the United States, one of the major points for the organized women's rights movements was the Seneca Falls Convention, 1848. I'm doing this because I want people to understand where, or to refresh themselves as to where the feelings thing and the women thing coming from, as to what it really was for. All right? So you don't think that I'm misunderstanding anything I'm talking about when I say it. All right? So if you're looking at the waves of feminism, the first set of feminism was basically voting rights. In other words, so women had a right to vote. This was one of the things. One, the property rights. Women could have owned property. Education rights. Legal status rights. So that's supposed to give women the power of choice. In other words, they would be able to choose. They could be able to choose what they wanted to choose without anyone disrupting them from doing this. The second wave of feminism, which was in the 1960s, that's when you have the civil rights. I'm going to get through this very quickly, friends. We just want to get some premise so we can talk from that. Feminists focus on employment discrimination, equal pay, education, reproductive rights, sexual harassment, domestic violence, and traditional gender roles. That's the next wave of feminism, right? Where them have the Equal Pay Act of 1963. Of course, you had a lot of things happening in that time, during that civil rights period movement, right? So women wanted to know, them want to be able to reproduce the way they wanted to do it without any issues. Sexual harassment, of course. In other words, a woman couldn't be taken advantage of. Domestic violence, she couldn't get beaten in the home and nothing happened to her, right? and nothing happens to the man would get chastised for that. Employment discrimination, you couldn't discriminate against her as far as pay is concerned or giving her any type of job. Roles. Look at the third wave in the 1990s. Black women, women of color, working class women. We're not going to use that on others, right? It placed greater emphasis on individual identity, sexuality, and ways that different forms of inequality can overlap. Well, the other parts, we want to focus on women. This is about women. I want it to be about women, all right? We're focused on women. So black women basically who were not being treated well focused on these things, right? Black women tried to get more rights, of course, as they should, like anybody else. So these ladies that you're seeing now are black women. These are the things that the forefathers and fought for, and I'm sure a lot of people may have gone through this time period. So I'm not saying anything I don't know. The new wave now is digital activism and social media. That's where they are right now with the Me Too stuff. But I wanted to get this in there before I start the show. So nowhere in this, in what we're looking at on screen, nowhere in this does it talk about feelings. Now let me say this. There is a woman from Jamaica that I respect. If you look at this little woman here, so from Jamaica, I'm bringing this up. I'm gonna land it, friends. Trust me, I'm going to land it. This woman right here, her name is Sharon Burke, is one of the many businesswomen in Jamaica, right? And I'm sure America has lots of them. This is not new. This is a businesswoman who is very businesslike. So this is Sharon Burke. Sharon Burke is, as you notice, Sharon has worked with everybody, including Shaggy, Sean Paul, name the artists. Those artists you actually know. So Sharon and Shaggy works very, very well. Very, very well. Sharon does a lot of things. These are women who are in powerful spots. Now, I worked with Sharon Burke before. And Sharon is very feminine. But at the same point, she's about business. She takes nothing personal. She will love you to the moon and back. But at the end of the day, Sharon will let you know right off the cuff, it's business. She's about her business. She's not getting into any of the hullabaloo. She's about the business. The feelings part, you can leave out. In fact, Sharon would look at girls like an Amber and a what you call it, and a Shayla and a what you call it now? Amber, Shayla, and a Honey Pot girl as bad for business. She sees these girls as not understanding what it takes to make it in the business world. Because men are not going to slow down for you to catch them up. Either you're going to do the job it takes to be the best at what you do, or you're not. But you have the power to decide on that. And that was kind of the point that I was raising today. So Sharon is one of those persons that is very, if you go, just Google Sharon Burke, very, very lovely, a very lovely woman who does very well. You see her with Shaggy, she don't play. And Shaggy himself would, I remember talking to Shaggy a long time. I remember at a chance talking to Shaggy, and Shaggy told me one of the days while staying at his house in New York, right? He said, one thing about Sharon, you know, because as you know Shaggy before, Shaggy said, one thing about Sharon don't play with our business, you know. So if either you're hot or you're not hot, you know, if you're hot, she going to take care of you, but if you don't hot, she going to get rid of you. That's what Shaggy mentioned to me. And he was not playing because that's exactly who Sharon is. As soft as can be, she womanly when she's ready to be womanly, but when it comes to business, that's what she is. So I know that I'm not talking about a fairy tale when I'm talking about women who are coming to do business. I know I'm not talking about a fairy tale. I know I'm not talking about fairy tale. Another person is someone called Allison Hunt. Allison is another one of those ones, right? Allison she have this business. Now, I don't have her on this poster, but Allison is also a booking agent that is like a Sharon Burke. And Allison is also one of those sharks, one of those female sharks who don't play the games. She's about the business. When you come to Allison, you can't come with any of the other things. You're coming to her with business. So I know what I'm talking about when we talk about doing business. But anyways, let's run into the opinions of the day because the ladies them have different opinions. We'll get together with it. And I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. I just wanted to state that to you. Feminism wasn't built for women to get softer. It was built so that women had equal rights to do what they wanted to do based on the choice that they made. It's not to give you a gimme pick, because that's what I got today from Amber, basically, and a lot from what they're them talking about. But nonetheless, let me see what y'all are saying, because I wanted to get what y'all were coming from. I understand. There's nothing bigger than Amber. These women allowed men to have to bow them to subjectively. They can do better. I get so upset when I see women get run over by the power of money, manipulation by men. Exactly. It's too much being run over. Cool kid. What makes me feel like families were better? More women have to wait on their husbands to provide. That means they could say yes or no to their desires. The problem I think he's saying, though, when talking about here, so is that thank you very much for stating that it was created for white women, but it later transformed into something else. The problem he's talking about is that women are getting choice, and then they understand that they got a power of choice. You get the power of choice. You got the power to choose. In other words, you can decide what environment you want to go into. No longer does a woman have to be subjected to anything that life gives her. Before, you had to do what your husband say. Now, you don't have to do what your husband say. You can do what you want to do. That's the power. That's the point that we're raising right here. So, Amber is silly, and all those women on the table is closer to Shayla and more of Shayla's friend than Amber. Amber needs to have Lauren's mindset and shut up and let the bombs explode and stay out of it. No, I thought Amber would have stayed outside to Miss T. Me never know she have got into it. This is a cult. It's with very poor leadership. Wayne is very similar to Jim Jones, Charles Mason, and David Koresh. So yes, I agree with that Wayne is terrible in the way he does things. But the thing is that women have to understand the situations that they're getting into. So if Wayne is not a man of substance, then you need to find the man that's a man of substance and move with that man. But this was Delicia in her take on things.
People in history, I don't see my mama, my sister don't fall out with people they could have did business with because of a man. So she expressed herself. Is there anything you want to go in order? You gonna go? Is there anything that you want to express, Alicia, that you feel like you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, like you said, Wayne, you don't know what it's like to be a woman.
I don't.
So I feel like you lack some compassion.
I believe that.
This was not that long ago, so I understand where Samara's coming from.
Me too.
Her feelings are very valid. Everything she's going through, her anger, her frustration is valid.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, it's water under the bridge now, but I feel like time could have healed a little bit more.
And that's why I let her cuss me out in my house and she's not fired, because I knew. So I understand where you're coming from.
All right, so Delicia is saying that our feelings are valid, and I understand that your feelings can be valid a million times. When it comes to making money, different. The women are being used for money, expose their secrets and lies for money. No contract, no nothing, no business discussion or salary, etc. Just telling their stories under the guise that it will help. So the question is, aren't they the ones that's supposed to basically get contracts? The sad part is that every single woman on the podcast can make their money on their own without exactly. No, you're getting what I'm saying. The sad part is they can do this without Wayne, but guess what? They are so bonded and they think they need quit. This is why Tamir need to quit. Quit. Tamir need to quit. If you can't do it, quit. And I've been saying this. At a job, you can explode like that without being shown to the door immediately. Unfortunately, these ladies are employees and not partners. There you go. The funny thing is that what Wayne is doing would not be acceptable in a professional corporate office. However, it depends upon the office, I would say, Regina. Because different businesses ask for different things. It depends. It depends. He is the boss of his show. The onus is on you to decide if you want to work at said organization or not. He's not in a corporate setting. He's in the music business. In fact, he's in the entertainment business. Let me not say music business. He's in the entertainment business. And this is what comes with the entertainment business. Only I agree. They were in a relationship for one business quarter. Misty, I've seen that the teapot needs to quit. She needs to quit. My thing is to ask the meeting, how much are we getting paid? Nobody asked that question. Yes, so when I talk about Sabrina, nobody asked this. This is what I wanted the girls to talk about. The funny thing is they have not shown me that they're even ready for this. This podcast only being done because Tamira asked Wayne to do this for her. Tamira, Shayla, Delisa, and Lauren didn't put no money up for this. They put the ball in Wayne's court. Correct? I knew that there should be compassion in. I never know. There's no compassion in business. Tell them again. When you lose money in the real world, there is no compassion. Listen to me. If you going into the business world thinking somebody's going to say, oh my gosh, come here, let me make some money. You make a sad mistake if that's what you think is going to happen. That's why none of this is not right. Tamira and Amber need to quit. If they don't like it, quit. Drama queen Tamira and her sidekick Shayla need to stop with this nonsense and rubbish. It's rubbish. No one is forcing these women to do anything. Fair exchange is no robbery. No one is forcing them. They're not being forced. I want to hear y'all's take on it now because I listened to them today and some people were kind of up in their arms and it sound weird to them. And I'm saying, ladies, this is business. Don't get it twisted. It's business, ladies. It's business. But let me listen to Alicia.
At the same time, I feel like this wasn't your husband. I understand I can't say anything about how you should feel, but you can't be as emotional over a situation that you already have seen before.
Sister, it's about them playing in my face.
It's what I mean. Nobody's going to stop to cater to you. What this does is it embarrasses women because it makes it look like women is not able to put aside personal feelings. This is an embarrassment. Neither women can pay for a podcast without the man's help. Yet they all claim to be independent women. This is what this woman mean. It's almost like they're not showing that. O'Neal, Tamir should have put the money into the podcast. Exactly. Put your money into the podcast and tell Wayne forget about in business. If it is that you wanted control, then you pay for control. If you want control of the podcast, pay for it. Tamir should get majority of her pay for her idea. You don't just get... There is no... A podcast is not unique. Anyone can do one. Vanswell, I could do a podcast with you right off the cuff. Me no need. It's not unique. There's nothing copywritten about the podcast. Does the podcast have anything copywritten? There's no copyright. Is there anything unique? What is the patent that they have for the podcast? Ladies, I want you to understand where O'Neal's mind is going. I don't want to just think O'Neal is trying to be a, what you call it, like, a chauvinist, or I'm trying to see exactly if I can, talk with women, whatever. I'm not trying to do that. But I want you to understand what the ladies have gotten themselves into. Because if you understand what them get themselves into, then you know to argue it. Is there any copyright for this podcast? Is there anything unique? Is there any patent that Tamira has? Does Tamira have a patent for this podcast? Does she have any podcast or anything at all? I just want to understand why it was pure feelings. I just wanted to get that. Great. By the way, is a great session that them run today, basically, with this. It was Shayla and Delicia's idea. Tamira, you okay? Where's the contract? There's no contract. No contract. Exactly, Miss T. Tamira can't see that she was used and manipulated by Shayla. Tamira can't see that she's the reason she lost Wayne due to her insecurity. She let Shayla use her like a puppet. Wayne can't steal her idea and personal. There is no idea. 5 women doing a podcast is not an idea. It's not enough. It is not enough. There is no patent. She not a patent. What's the patent? Give me the unique thing, because I could take the idea. Me can take it. For all I know, me could make a podcast and call it my podcast, the O'Neal Podcast. And put 5 women on it. It doesn't matter. Okay. I could put 5 different women on a podcast and that's it. There is no patent. No, you want to think they would have searched that, but them don't. Every last one of these women use men for everything that they have. It's called the Kountry Wayne podcast. Their employees. Exactly. If they can invest in the podcast, why aren't they? Exactly. They're not. Only the Kountry Wayne podcast bought and paid for. So Amber and Honey Pot can start their own podcast because they're businesses and have money. Clearly, them now no money. Before marriage, Amber had her own business. Well, she's not exhibiting that right now. Funny enough, the whole businesswoman Amber is gone again. Me can't find her. Where's the business Amber? Where's she there? So, where's she gone? Me could have find 5 ladies right here and make a whole podcast. What are we talking about here? I want you to understand that they were arguing about nothing today. It's a bunch of clucking that was going on. Clucking. There's no podcast. Where's the patent? Where is the patent? The judge will laugh at Tamara. Exactly. Because she has nothing. You can't just say you have an idea. Every podcast come a dime a dozen. Once you enter the flock or the harem, Wayne doesn't allow you to leave. He courts you, then makes you a business partner. When the relationship falls apart, it's actually psychotic. It's actually psychotic. Them needed to leave. Okay, O'Neill, I heard you. But my point is I believe that this is a good meeting because it allowed everybody to say what was on their minds. That is a part of the healing process for everyone before the podcast. That is great. Okay, if you want to say that, it's going to be healing. But my question now is this. Are they going to heal on this now? Now that them state everything, do you think it's over? That's the question. Is it over? Is this over? Is the argument over? Because I'm guaranteeing you, it not done. It's not done, I guarantee you. It's not finished. Is the argument over? Is the argument over? Don't worry. If what you're saying is true in The Rock, what these girls need is to go find themselves some therapy and stop using the podcast as a therapy session. Or if they're going to use it to make some money and leave it there. In the corporate America, they don't care about your feelings. They don't. No, not at all. Nope. No, the argument is not over. Exactly. No. You can break up with me every 4 months and give me $30,000 a month. You wouldn't see. Exactly. Why are you crying? I don't know. Where you ball for? I wanted Alicia and Iman to get out in this meeting. Well, them not get it out yet. Over. As long as Shayla miserable. Nope. As long as Shayla miserable, the argument is not over. Look here. If you're going to bring up the little feminist thing and you're going to use that to say, well, the woman have feelings, I get it. But in a business, it don't matter. And they want it to matter and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't. It don't. You know how much time when you feel away when the superstar take a girl in the music business? What am I going to do? Stop working because of some girl? No. They're going to move right along and just pretend like me never say anything at all. This happens every day in the entertainment. In case you don't know, men take other men's women every day in the entertainment space. Every day a man take a next woman. Every day. And what them do? Move right along and get working. That's it. So this is not actually very, very new. So when I see it, I'm like, okay, so they're here. I see. No, they will not heal. To heal will be all of them to walk away from Wayne and the podcast. And they're going to do is bring more drama. That's what I'm going to do. For as long as Shayla is miserable, the argument is not over. And you know Shayla miserable. No, there'll be a lot more arguments to come moving forward. Good morning. What's up? What's up, Annette? I know you're in London. The podcast looks like it's going to be a nightmare on Elm Street. That's exactly what it is. A bunch of miserable women who are miserable. It's not over. More cat going to come out of the bag. Then Shayla going to complain. Then everybody else going to make a lot of noise. Miss Commentary, what's going on? We're talking here on this whole thing. Unfortunately, ladies, beauty is the product. But they cannot monetize it on their own. Wayne puts them to work. That's what it is. That's what I said. It's 5 Beautiful women who have pretty privilege and don't know how to use it. That's what it is. O'Neal, all they spoke about on the podcast is all they spoke about will be spoken on the podcast. So it's relevant. Well, but will they do? Will I do a podcast? Possibly. O'Neal, argument can't be over because they still have a stone. Turn over. Iman and Delicia. O'Neal said a bunch of miserable women who are they're miserable, man. Bunch of miserable women who are miserable. It's what it is. But anyways, let's jump to Amber's opinion. Listen to Amber speak because I was disappointed. I don't know about anybody else, but this was the most disappointing I've seen Amber. I know when I was on his eating, I'm not. I'm just saying it was kind of disappointing she went here. I thought she'd have a little more based on where she went. But here's Amber's speech.
And what I'm tired of is you making people feel like they're disposable. You treat women like we are the pawns on your chessboard. So I understand what you're saying when you're tired of people playing in your face. And I'm also tired of women stabbing each other in the back.
All right. So Amber is saying people are Wayne is using them like a pawn on a chessboard. Hold on. I was extremely disappointed in Amber because I can't believe the girl who I think have the more experience with all of this was basically in her feelings like Tamira. She in her feelings just like Tamira too. Amber said she can't believe, right, that this is happening. I mean, I said, wait, what? Me just not understand. Okay, let me ask y'all this. Was Amber ever charged? Was Amber charged? That's what I call her, self-centered. Was Amber charged for Wayne showing up at bar 44? Remember, just want to ask him the question. This all me know say Amber was just saying some things. There's that difference between saying some things and saying something. Was Amber charged when Wayne showed up at bar 44? Because if the answer is no, and it is, it would mean that basically Amber uses Wayne whenever it's convenient. What she say? She have a friend who is a celebrity. Don't lie, Skitlanta. Don't just pull something out of thin air. He wasn't charged. She was not charged. She never pay Wayne. She never pay him. What do you mean? They never pay him. Shayla is trying to program Tamara to be with Wayne like Angelina does to her regarding Anthony. Correct. I believe that. Come on, man. Wayne called the meeting because he's messy. Did he really do that? Him call a meeting because Shayla basically, this is why I think him called the meeting. It's Sean Renee. He called the meeting because Shayla was on the phone trying to get over the top because him tell Honey Pot girl what it is. And he figured that them would have been at them feelings. So him say, you know what? Let me get out in the open. Let me state it in front of everybody else. This is what it is. That's what the meeting was about. I do remember them paying him to come out one time, but Anthony Holiday paid him. Them pay him. So them pay him. They're saying them pay him. Well, was it... the amount of times she asked him for show for free. Amber and Shayla both can't stand each other and they have a body. Anthony paid Wayne for the appearance at bar 44. So Anthony paid him. All right. You have to tell me what you disagree with. You have to tell me what you disagree with. Wayne asked them to how they felt. Well, that makes sense. Anthony paid once. All of the times Amber has never charged Wayne to come out. Exactly. Wayne never charged her. Wayne just called this meeting because he wanted them to gear up because the podcast, he wanted to see how they would respond. Well, if that's what it is, then this would be great. If that's what it is, then that would be great. O'Neal Wayne asked them how they felt. Only I have to disagree. And Jones, if you're going to disagree, tell me where you disagree with so I can respond. You can't just say you disagree. You have to tell me where you're disagreeing with. Everything that was said was true. Wayne is trash and Larry, aka Lauren, is a whole man with her strong back and shoulders. What you mean? God, don't call a woman a strong shoulder. Look here, it's John Renee. Leave the woman's shoulders. Remember, Amber was able to bargain. She bargained in fee. But regardless, didn't she pay a reduced price? In other words, she used him as a pawn. What do you mean? Wayne loves all of this. Wayne just wants Shayla to find out about Alicia. That's all this stupid meeting was about. Makes sense? They love being on the Wayne train, so Lauren is good being on the money train. That's what it is right now. Lauren is all woman. Only leave. That may I tell them money Lauren. If you leave Lauren alone, may I make Lauren a song? All I'm saying, ladies, is I hope that because I saw a woman going in at them feelings with the feelings and all of that, and I said, hola. That's not a business work. Wayne is manipulative. In all that he does, he finds their weak. But what is a weakness, dude? Hold on. Ann Jones, let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. Are there manipulative people in society? I'm going to ask you a question because see, when you do this, right? When you do this, is that you make it look as though the women don't have a choice to see they're being manipulated and that they can leave. What I have a problem with. Here's the problem I have with it, Anne. Here's the problem I have with it, with statements like this, right? Here's the problem I have with it. Give me one moment. And here is the problem that I have with your statement. When you watch a Wayne, the question is not if Wayne manipulated. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Because Wayne represents a section then of the populace who is basically, what you call it now, an opportunist. And opportunists exist in society. The question is, how do you move around said opportunists? Where you going to sit down and cry and say, oh my God, I'm being manipulated and do nothing? Like a deer in headlights? Thank you for the super chat, Bilderberg Boy. Bilderberg Boy says they are right. Lauren is a Barry Sanders with a BPL. Oh my gosh. Bilderberg Boy, baby. Can't wait until everyone gets exposed. I hope that Dan will be in Atlanta soon. Dan is on his way. Dan is on his way. And when Dan comes, then Lauren will have to face Dan for herself. That's what it is. Tamara is angry and calls Lauren dirty for dating Wayne, but she is saturated with the Shayla's. Thank you very much. And she's aware about Shayla did Amber. Tamara calls out Lauren, but not Shayla. And that's why it makes Tamara a hypocrite. This is why none of them have a leg to stand on. Either you're going to make some money or you're not going to make any money. And if you're not making any money, stop your eyes. Stop all the talking. The meeting is for these ladies to make some money. What I'm seeing from the ladies is that they're trying to change the rules of business. And the rules of business are what they are. You're going to be run over if you're coming here with your kumbaya thing. Oh my gosh, let's just do this together. Come here, O'Neill. Come here. I just want to tell you that I know that you're spending $2 million, but I just want you to consider my feelings because I just don't want to, lose on out. I know you're spending all this $2 million, but my feelings are to be considered, O'Neill. I just want to let you know that all the money that you're spending, don't mind that. I know you're spending it. Thank you so, so much. But my feelings are so much to be considered. There is no feelings to be considered. So the ladies Wayne is a great test for the ladies them. Go make your money from Wayne and move on. But anyway, let's move on to Amber's thing.
Because I too have been through that. And Shayla, it's no shade, but it is what it is. At what point are we as women going to have each other's back? When are we going to stop going for each other's men?
This is where Amber lost me. How do you basically jump on a side? How? In the midst of this conversation, she went to a whole side. Amber's chastisement was less for Shayla and more for Lauren. Can you imagine? How did Amber get to the point where Lauren is more of a threat than Shayla? Amber have more heat. Amber has more heat for Lauren than Shayla. Is crazy. Crazy. So, it can't fathom. She said no shade to Shayla. But then she went over to whoever it is. Amber had more heat. It couldn't fathom it. I said, what? Listen to my man. How? Amber fans, how? You have to tell me how this happened. When did this start occurring? Tamir is ridiculous. Wayne treated her well and she did beg and accuse him of cheating. He left, it's over. He's not your man. Lauren is nonsense, O'Neal. Wayne asked her how she felt. No, Amber addressed Shayla first. No, she never addressed her. No shade. Then you go around and shade the next woman and then you say no shade. Really? You think that this look like whatever it is? Or if y'all say so, it's just giving out advice while committing adultery. It's just, come on now. Seriously. Yeah, come on now, friends. Come on. No. You just don't get to do it.
That's,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And when we do the podcast, bring that same energy.
Man,
no, because we need a judge.
Oh, I'm going.
Because you're judging people.
I'm not judging anybody.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Oh, really? I'm judging. I'm telling you my experiences of what I've gone through. Women stabbing me in the back. Experiences of being with you and you just throwing us away like we ain't nothing. That's not. Who am I judging? I'm judging myself.
I gave you.
I'm stupid.
We're working together now.
I'm just trying to figure out why. Why do we have to work together
because you love money.
Why do we have to work together in this toxic environment?
Because life is already.
Amber said the love of money, something about money is not whatever it is, and she gave the whole money speech, right?
I don't understand that mentality, coming after people's husbands and ex-boyfriends. We're in the same podcast group. Why would you even do that?
I get what you're saying, but Anthony was saying.
I thought it was my turn.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Did Amber go after Mike while he was with Ro? Let me ask y'all a question. I'm gonna show y'all something because I'm telling you, say them now the leg me stand on. Oh my gosh. No way, man. No. Oh good God. No. Did Amber go after Mike while he was with Rolanda? This is what I'm saying. It's like, man, I'm showing y'all why it was nonsense. What? What? I just don't know. I don't know, man. O'Neal, you already know the answer to this question, but Amber has learned. Has she? Because if she had learned Skitlanta, she wouldn't be here talking with these ladies. She'd have been moving on. Amber, you don't have to work here. Thank you. The power of choice. And that's why I bring up the feminist movement to just know. This is what feminism was for. It was to make sure women had choices. Choices. To make sure that women had choices. That they didn't have to take what anyone gave them. She doesn't have to work there. She can leave. In fact, I thought she wouldn't have been there. And remember at the award banquet that she gave up and kissed Wayne in the stage closet. Correct? This is just about Tamira. Wayne, where's the sponsors? No sponsors. Amber went after Mike while he was with Ro when he rejected her. She went after Wayne. When Wayne said they aren't in a relationship, she said she went to Anthony. Then she went back to Wayne and then Dave. I don't know. I'm just listening. I listened to this today and I said, where are y'all? And kissed him too. Hold on, because you're going to talk about the money piece.
Same Anthony said he have another point of view because he probably talk about what you did, but we could continue though.
Oh, and who was involved in what I did, Wayne? Again, you don't care about people. You don't care about people's lives or their feelings or their hearts or their emotions. All you care about is your money. And you read that Bible all the time, right? Doesn't it say, for the love of money is the root of all evil? Doesn't it say that? I believe that's what the word.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this, Amber fans. I'll tell you this, right? And you know who I'm talking about. If Amber accepts, or I want to make a claim, based on today, Amber should accept Anthony's offer. Based on today, Amber has told us that she's not about the money and the money is too much. That's what she said. Based on today, Amber should accept Anthony's offer. Seriously, let's go. Nope. Listen to what she said. This is why you don't put yourself, Teresa, this is why you do not put yourself in these positions. And you be very careful what you measure what you're saying. You don't just say things. This is why I don't just say them, because it makes you look hypocritical. Because in one space you're saying money doesn't matter or it shouldn't matter. But in the next space, you're saying it matters. That's the point. You have to decide, does it matter or does it not? This is the point. This is why, this is exactly what, based on what Amber is saying. Let me repeat what she just said, based on what she's saying.
Crazy.
Based on what she's saying. Her words, not mine. I'm going to make you use her words, not mine.
Again, you don't care about people. You don't care about people's lives or their feelings or their hearts or their emotions. All you care about is your money. And you read that Bible all the time, right? Doesn't it say, for the love of money is the root of all evil? Doesn't it say that? I believe that's what the word says.
That's what she's using. So in other words, what she was doing was chastising Wayne on money. This is why you not do them thing out. You just do what you're doing and that's it. That's why I only don't play the game with the money thing. Because money is an extension of you. Amber is married to Anthony. She should get something. Well, she's saying she should get something. She will get the $196,000. She can get that. Sign the papers. She should sign the papers. Based on that statement right there, so the papers should be signed. Women are the control of sex department in the relationship. They are responsible for keeping their legs closed. They always blame their actions on the men. That's what Amber was doing. As if Wayne take it from her. Lauren does not owe Tamira anything, but neither Amber nor Tamira nor Lauren called the meeting. Wayne called it to throw a situation with Lauren in their face. Was he though? Because he wasn't trying to. But the truth of the matter is they were pressuring him to talk about it. Oh God. She should be accepting Delicia told Tamira, don't date Wayne. Correct. And she did. So you can't complain. Amber needs to remove herself from the podcast environment if she can't manage it. People tend to forget that she already got a house and 2 businesses out of him, while openly admitting she only got with him because Wayne didn't want her. It matters when it comes to property equalization, but it don't matter now. This is why I'm saying it doesn't make no sense. Shayla is a bag chaser and only knows how to be in bed, a bed winch, and go to run down men. Tamira is as green as grass, and like she said, has a red rose colored glasses on. She fell for the okie doke. But again, them tell her, if money isn't important, leave. There you go. If money is not important, this is why I only don't play those games with people. No. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is meant to do what it needs to do. It is meant to do what it needs to do. This is a subject of money based on two different. It's not. It's money. If you're saying that you don't love money, okay, it is not something different. She's saying Wayne loves money to the point that he's willing to, what you call it now, inconvenience them. Well, the same could be said that Amber loves money to the point she's willing to inconvenience Anthony. So the same thing she's saying in one side, she's going to say it on the next side. That's why she should have never made this statement. That's the point. The statement was irrelevant. But it was being used as a biblical way of chastising the other people them. Which she does all the time. I keep saying, don't use the Bible if you can't use it. Like, just don't use it. Stop beating people over the head with the Bible. I hear them do that. But nonetheless, let's move on to the next opinion, which was Shayla's opinion. So let's get into Shayla's opinion. We've spoken enough on Amber. We can get to the next person in line. Shayla had her opinions.
So is there anything that you want to talk about? Aiming at me or whatever about this podcast?
No, it's not even necessarily aiming at you, Wayne. To be completely honest, I've been really excited about this podcast. This is an opportunity of a lifetime for me. As you know, I don't usually work. Well, I work in other ways, but...
So now we are sure. We're now sure where does Shayla look, eh? Where does Shayla work, friends? Where does Shayla work? Where's she work? Somebody call her a bed winch. Where does Shayla work, friends? Where she work? Give me a place where you think Shayla work. The man said Shayla is a bed winch. Oh, good gosh. Well, y'all are out the pocket, man. I swear. Oh, it's Sean Renee says Shayla. Shayla is a bed winch. So let's look at a bed winch basically. So we get a graphic. Boom Boom LLC. Boom Boom LLC. Boom Boom LLC. Boom Boom Inc. That's where them I say Shayla is basically a bed winch. Yes, ma'am, company. God, y'all are killing me, sir. Yes, ma'am, entertainment. Okay. Yes, ma'am, LLC. God. Y'all need to stop it. Bottom feeder. Let me give me what you guys have. Give me what you guys best shot. Where does Shayla work, friends? What is her place of working? Her occupation. She is flooded. She is floored me when she said that. You know, I don't usually work. I like to. She works in other ways. Wayne uses his money to control every woman who has been with it. Brodies have all their money. Why don't they put their kids on? Wayne made sure his basement was cold on our back. Look straight at Delicia. She works in the trust. But Amber has no rebuttal for that. Exactly. I don't know how Amber is trying to. This is what I was hoping Amber would have kept neutral in this. She just disappointed me today because she wasn't neutral. She's working out her yes, ma'am. No one pressures Wayne to do anything. Wayne wants it to be messy. When Wayne has a new woman, he tries to show off for Lauren to make her open up more to him. Shayla is such a hobo. Anthony knows where Shayla works. Yes, ma'am. It's God, y'all, that's something else. Let me see what y'all are saying. The Pum Pum LLC. The Yes Ma'am company. God. Shayla said it herself. She said it herself. If y'all have never had it, she said it herself. Sale work in Ernestine's chicken coop. The Yes Ma'am company, a bottom feeder. Shayla addresses her. It's Bone Town, Skitlanta, 304. Oh, good gosh. Oh, God. Sheila said she worked on this. Go ahead, Sheila. Go ahead.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime for me. As you know, I don't usually work. Well, I work in other ways, and I'm a mother, and I have a son. So I was really grateful when you set up this podcast. You put your hard-earned money behind it.
So.
But also, I think that you run this like a street business. What do they say in the corporate world? No fraternizing.
All right, so she talk about fraternizing. You can anything. Wait. Okay, that's interesting. What about Lauren tie this up?
Are similar to this, or not so similar. But the fact that you never got my point of view. You think I'm playing? I'm not playing. I like Lauren. I'm not gonna lie. Playing in her face would be around and pretending like I don't like. I'm just being honest. This is what it is, right? I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. But at the end of the day, where you're coming from, this opportunity and this purpose, if we focus on that, I promise you this will get better. Right now, it's starting off street and rocky. I start off in the streets, but it's better to start off bad and end up good and start off good and end up bad. Because we got a lot more growth to go. We going to be looking at like them women came together through thick and thin and got
Don't try to flip.
Peaches and cream over here. Definitely ain't peaches and cream. You know what I mean? You know what you did. And if we had to rank,
what I did.
Yeah, no, we had to rank everybody what everybody did. I don't think I'm at the top. We know what you did. That man gave you his life. And
Wayne, don't try to flip it on us.
And
This
you-
is about you dating.
Okay. Wayne is trying to get a rank of where they are. All right, give me your rank. Give me your top 4 rank. Of bad. This is what they're saying. Top 4 rank of bad things done. Give me your top 4. Who is on your top 4? You have Wayne, Delicia. The top 4 of bad. The top 4. What's your top 4? Who has done the worst thing? Who has done the worst thing? That's what them are asked about. Let's run into it. That's the top 4. Who you have? No, you can't put Anthony in there. When he's talking about the podcast, you have to give me the podcast. I put it in the chat. Who you have as the top? The top. Who you have as the top right now? Worst. Who has done the worst thing in Skitland? Because Shayla is trying to call people out. So one who is doing the worst thing? Let me see what y'all say. Who has done the worst thing in Skitland? If you were to use the worst, who is the worst? Who is out of these? Let me put them down then. Shayla, Wayne, Amber, Delicia. Because Lauren basically took Honey Pot girl man afterwards. So we can't say she take it. It's a tie. It cannot be a tie. It cannot be a tie. If you're tying, give me the tie. Shayla is at the top. Shayla is at the top of this. Yeah, so Shayla is at the top. Amber is number one. What y'all saying? Give me on the top. We wanna have at the top. Shayla has everyone beat. Angelina is going to be upset with Shayla because she told her to go after Wayne, and could this be the reason he's more upset with Lauren? Lauren is a scam artist, so she's on the list. No, we're talking about right here, so in this list. Yeah. And Shayla is incorrectly spelled inside the chat. I know. I apologize. Let me just see it now. I can't correct it. Shayla at the top. I can only have 4 people on the list. Amber, Wayne, Delicia, and Shayla. In their circles. In a them circle. Shayla number 4? No, man. Skitlanta. No, you see, it's what I'm talking about, Skitlanta. That's how I know you're disingenuous. Ain't no way you can't go after your friend. Skitlanta, ain't no way. Give me your top 4, friends. Give me your top 4. List your top 4. Lauren cannot come in. Okay, if we were talking about Dan, Lauren can come into it. We're not talking about Dan. We're talking about right here, so among them. Ain't no way. Shayla has to be number 1. Shayla, Delicia, Amber, and then Lauren is at the bottom of the list. So Wayne have in our list, friends. We can't say Wayne in there. Amber is having sex with 2 men on the day of her marriage, then try to take 80% that isn't hers. So, Amber is number 2 because that was low down to sleep with Wayne all the way up to your wedding. Wayne is number 1. Lauren is number 2. Shayla is number 4. So Skitlanta, you're saying having a baby with your friend's husband, not man that you're delusional about, husband, is below. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Amber number 1, Amber number 2, Amber number 2. I see her something else. I swear. Skitlanta, I would want to say, let me just say your list is disingenuous. Ain't no way. But you said what you said. I think your list is disingenuous if Shayla is number 4 below all of the other people who have cheated and done things. Ain't no way. But I hear you. If you're telling me that sleeping with your best friend husband, getting a child, destroying their marriage comes number 4 on a list of people who basically, let's work out them thing. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. All right. Hey, look here. You're better than me, man. You ain't no way. If you're telling me Shayla is number 4, then the list is skewed. Let me just say that. I'm gonna say the list skewed. It has to be skewed, Skitlanta. No way. Delicia is sleeping with Iman while Shayla is with him. That's what Delicia has done. I didn't enter Lauren on the list because we're doing the list for now. There's no way Shayla cannot be at the top of the list. No way. There's no way. In a room full of sis, you got to choose the less venom. And I wouldn't do that podcast for all the funky money. Exactly. Shayla also essayed Anthony. You cannot get worse than that. I don't know where. Skitlanta, I think you're pulling a Cheyenne Brian on me right now. Skitlanta, you pull a Cheyenne Brian on me. Is Skitlanta pulling a Cheyenne Brian? Is Skitlanta pulling a Cheyenne Bryant on us right now? I'm believing that Skitlanta is pulling a this is no way. Is Skitlanta pulling a Cheyenne Bryan? Skitlanta is telling us that at the bottom of the list, the fake doctor, if you're pulling a Cheyenne Bryan on us right now. Skitlanta is pulling a Cheyenne Bryan. If you don't know Cheyenne Bryan, you'll know she has this, the woman that has been saying she's a doctor and she's not a doctor. You're pulling a Cheyenne Bryan on us right now. Yeah, pull a Cheyenne Bryan. You're pulling a Cheyenne Bryan where you can't find the doctor right now. You can't. There's no way. No way. Skitlanta is pulling a Cheyenne Bryan where she's just saying outlandish things. There's no Skitlanta. Normally, you give me an objective take. That's not an objective viewpoint. I can deliberately say that. I can stand and say that. That's not a deliberate. No way. No way. With 3 men while pregnant and made Amber the godmother of the baby that she's having on. Misty, tell her again for me. Every time I think of Dan, I smile. Shayla is at the top of the list. Ain't no way Shayla can be at the top of the list. Whoever put Shayla at number 4 got 4 baby daddies and 3 kids. That's what's going on right now. Skitlanta, no way. Shayla just told Amber that Amber stole Anthony from her. And you're telling me she's at... You know what? Never mind. Never mind. There's no way. Let's move to Lauren's opinion. This was Lauren's opinion for today. Here's Lauren's opinion.
You know, I'm really happy that we got to this meeting. I feel like I'm glad that you guys all got to express yourselves. But I want to make one thing very clear. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. So everything else that y'all are talking about, we're going to have to leave that at the door. Because I'm ready to come to work. So everybody here has had some crazy situation worse than this. Y'all have done some things, and yet everyone's sitting here ready to get this money, right? The fact that we have this opportunity, that's not something to waste. The fact that we're going to be able to make so much money, we don't have to rely on men, have $30,000 allowances and getting money from basketball players and whatever else. I just think the fact that we're going to be able to do this on our own for ourselves should be empowering enough.
That's what Lauren has said. Lauren says that, listen to me. Listen to me. Lauren said, get over it. I'm not here to make friends. Did you like Lauren's speech? Because I liked it. Did you like... Look here. Lauren is still a scammer. However, she's letting you know what time it is. There's no joking about this. She's not here to be anyone's friend. That's what she come and she tell you right off of the cuff. She's not there to be a friend. Lauren never shows her neck. Wait a minute, she not show her neck. No, Lauren is cold-blooded dragon. She's too bold to be a snake. I like Lauren's speech. Lauren told them the truth about herself. No. How can you work for a podcast if y'all are not friends? No. Lauren is cold-blooded trash. Someone says trash. Someone says she's not at Tamara. She shot at Tamara. Did she though? Did she shoot at her though? Or was she telling her the truth of the matter? Which is what? She's not there to be them friends. I'm trying to figure out all of the things that you could be making a show out of. Why choose an American show where you really have no true wisdom of Americans? Figure out all the things you could be making a show out of. Why choose an American show where you really have no true... What is that? What do you mean by this thing there? Shayla, Amber, Wayne, and Delicia. Look here. Misty, look here. Lauren is still a scammer. However, what she said was valid. What she says is valid. You might not like it, but that's what's valid. Scammers are always on check because they will get caught. All of them all of the men Lauren have scammed will show up in episode 2 of the podcast. Well, they will show up. We're talking about right now. I'm talking about at this moment. Don't like anything about Lauren. She reminds me of, well, you have to take your feelings out of it, Jackie. I want to ask the question. She said what she said. She said she's not there to be a friend. She's not there to be a friend. She's there to make money. She don't care about the friendship. She don't want to be no friends with you. Look, whatever happens to her when Dan gets there, that will happen to her. We're talking about today. She said she not in the friendship right now. There you go. She's in for a rude awakening if she thinks that she's gonna. That's what she thinks she's going to do. That's when that comes. But when it comes to the brown people, I've noticed that you're on the side who is not a. Who is this? Who is this? Who is saying this? Linda, what is this? Your thinking is from your culture, and I think that should be best suited for you to stick with the culture because you're okay. Oh, okay. Is this me? Is this toward me, Lauren? Is this for me? I'm not sure. Is this for me, Linda? Linda, is this for me? I'm not sure. I'm trying to make sure I understand. May I read the thing right? Is this for me, Linda? So, Linda, if you were here earlier, I deliberately, because I wanted to make sure I was in context. Okay, all right. If you notice, Linda, so you're late to the party. I deliberately pulled this up because I wanted to show you the context to make sure I was in context. So when you talk about praise of what? Because you have to talk about the context of things, Linda. If you're going to tell me something, tell me it in a context. The ladies today were spending their times arguing over peanuts. And I said that this is a business. Business in the world is the same business everywhere. It does not cuddle feelings. It does not. It doesn't. Because if I was in an employment, in fact, I've worked with many women here in the US who are Americans, and when I don't do what I'm supposed to do, they're going to clap me. They're not going to cuddle the feelings that I have. It's business. My context is when it comes to business are not pleasure. And I deliberately, Linda, for you, for people like yourself, because I wanted to make sure that I was in context, me deliberately go into the feminist movement because I know where the ideology is coming from. Because I'm not unaware of it. I'm not unaware of it. So I'm going to make sure I do the history of the feminism movement. Where feminism coming from. What feminism was really trying to highlight. I went into the grassroots of feminism to tell you where it come from. This is your movement, you know. This is from America. The whole idea of voting rights and property rights. In nowhere in there does it say me need to cuddle your feelings for business. So check that, Linda. There's no way, Linda. The point of the matter is the girl says she's not in here for. She says she's not in here to do whatever it is. That's no culture, whatever. That's just business. Business are the same right across the world. The cultures don't really shift. Business is basically very universal. It's more it's more universal than you think. I wanted to know what was going on. So I'm going to try and make sure I give Linda some airtime. Linda says, you're giving all these girls with the BBLs and they're all foreigners. I've noticed you give the foreigners praise, but when it comes to black women, beat her down without black men. Who? What you mean? We don't understand. It look like it take a different route. May I try to understand it? Who? I don't understand. Hold on, may I try to understand it, Linda. If we're going to talk about black women in business, it's business. All right, I guess. So let me run it again with Lauren say. Listen what Lauren say again.
You know, I'm really happy that we got to this meeting. I feel like I'm glad that you guys all got to express yourselves. But I want to make one thing very clear. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. So everything else that y'all are talking about, we're going to have to leave that at the door. Because I'm ready to come to work. So everybody here has had some crazy situation. Worse than this. Y'all have done some things, and yet everyone's sitting here ready to get this money right. The fact that we have this opportunity, that's not something to waste. The fact that we're going to be able to make so much money, we don't have to rely on men, have $30,000 allowances and getting money from basketball players and whatever else. I just think the fact that we're going to be able to do this on our own for ourselves should be empowering enough. And honestly, I feel like I deserve a thank you for bringing some extra.
Let's leave that right there. So the point of the matter is, Lauren's thing was listen. At the end of the day, this is what it is. I don't understand the point, Linda. So me can't argue because I don't know what the point is. I don't understand the point. I don't understand the point. I don't understand the point. Let me ask you a question. If Lauren said this to you, would you be fine if Lauren said this to you? I would have preferred somebody tell me, say, basically them don't plan to be my friend rather than smiling on my face. I would prefer that. Would you prefer if somebody said this to you rather than smiling on your face? So I'm missing your point, Linda. Me not grasp your thing. So you're saying because Lauren is from Barbados, I'm showing favor? Okay. So O'Neal, understand, if you're criticizing Amber, you wouldn't get the judge. If you weren't, then you wouldn't get the judgment. They make it seem as though you criticize black women when they really just want to say it's Amber. So me work this out for you, Linda, because I feel like you missed the point. So because you're coming late, the point was. So make us work it out. Let's talk from this standpoint. Linda, nothing wrong. I love the argument. If we're going to talk about it, Linda, right? Because we're all black, and it no matter what we do, in America, I'm going to be black. I'm going to be seen as black, Linda. Them not going to see me as anything else. Them going to see me as black. Because my skin black, right? But I like Linda, and Linda always brings some point of views. Nothing wrong with the point of view. I brought this up, Linda, deliberately because I wanted to make sure it was American history and it wasn't O'Neal's history. I made sure I said it was American history. In other words, Linda, and I even went to the movement of black women and women of color and the working class and whatever it is. And I stated these things because feelings have nothing to do with that in business. No, Linda, the point of the matter is feminism was built to give women choices. So let me ask you a question. Did Amber not have a choice, Linda? Answer my question, man, Linda. Does Amber have a choice? Does Amber have a choice? That's the question. Does Amber have a choice? In other words, can she stay or leave from the podcast? Does Amber have a choice? Because it makes it seem as though Amber doesn't have a choice. It makes it seem as though Amber is bounded by shackles to the podcast. So I want to ask you, Linda, does Amber have a choice? Because that's what the feminist movement of the U.S. fought for. It fight for the rights of women. So you have right for own property. You have right for do whatever you wanted to do. That was what it fought. Miss T just jump on something else and she tell me something different. Do you have a choice? That's the question. Do you have a choice? Are you being forced to do anything? That's what feminism is. Since you want to tell me not understand your culture, I'm going to show you how much I understand your culture. Because that's what you're not getting. Does Amber have a choice? This was the point, Linda. The main argument, since you want me to get to the point of it is this. Wayne is who he is. Men like Wayne come a dime a dozen. Them going to be exploitive. They're going to have a lot of money and they might use their money to try to get the best of you. And you're not special because them try to get the best of man too. They will do this. The question is, what do you do in relation to that? Do you exploit the situation for your own benefit until you level up? Or do you stick in it and say to yourself, well, I don't have a choice, so I'm going to blame the man. That's the point. That has nothing to do with cultures. That was the point. But basically, I missed that today. Because Amber was on a kick of feminism and I was showing you why she was wrong. It wasn't one of the points that she was going to win. She has a choice. In fact, I would say Amber have the best choice out of all of the ladies because she have the most monies. She have the money from her husband. She have money from Dave. And she have her own money to do her own thing. That was what feminism is about. She can work. She can make anything happen for herself. She never need this. And my argument kept being she don't need it. If you don't like it, quit. But every time I tell you that, basically what you want me to tell you is, I think what you wanted me to tell you is that Amber's supposed to rough up Wayne until Wayne does what she wants. And that is the wrong way if you look upon it. You can't tell nobody how to run them thing. That's all I was saying. She have a choice. She can leave. That's all I said. She can leave. Isn't that what feminism was for? You make it seem like she can't leave. That mean the feminine. What you're telling me? That women are the rights? That was the point, Linda. So if that you argue, then me not know where the culture part come from. I think you misread the culture part. Just say that part then right. Read that part there. Rewind that part there. Me not sure what you're talking about. What Lauren is mentioning is that it's not about any of that right now. She's about the business. Actually, each individual on the podcast is a choice. Exactly. Them can move on. Lauren is a villain because since day one, she has been plotting on Wayne. Once she discovered, she is a villain. We know she's a villain. But what she has to say right now is what it is. Amber has a choice as well as all the others. Them can leave anytime. Amber see the opportunity that truthfully, she should have not exactly. But she took it. So you can't complain when you take it. That was the point. So everything she says makes no sense, Linda, because she got the opportunity to leave, but she didn't. There you go. Amber can pay for a podcast without... Exactly. But guess what, Linda? She's not doing it. That's the point. And so O'Neill is saying that there's no culture in that. Linda, a podcast, you can do a podcast very easily. Podcasts don't cost that much money as you think it does. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Notice when you make a video on anyone else, you're never going to get in their comments. Linda, be very careful. The problem is you knock off Linda, make Amber great again. Make Amber great again. And that's the reason why I'm upset with my girl Amber, because she doesn't belong Then Linda, that not have nothing to do with culture, because it means your girl not doing what she's supposed to do. That was my point. Your girl is not showing me what she's supposed to do. These are skits that they might give you, where them give the ladies them a conflict to resolve. So the conflict they're showing you in the skit, Linda, is that sometimes, a lot of times black women don't get it that them don't need to be in certain circumstance. You have a choice. You got the choice, man. That's the deal. But Amber thinks she think she need it. She don't need it.
This ain't no church. But amen. And we not finna fall over. Amen.
Wow.
Don't fall out over a man. Because ain't never one real one, that's God. So don't let a man come in between. You feel what I'm saying? All your emotions. I like what you said there.
I don't.
Shayla?
I don't like it.
What
I'm saying, I didn't. Okay, I'm talking now.
But I didn't. Nobody tell you. Hey, what we're gonna do? We're gonna respect each other.
No, is she respecting us? She said she's not here to make friends. That's not respect.
No.
What did you just say?
Hold up. Wait, I do respect about that. That she said that to your face.
But just to know, do you prefer for people to be fake or you want them telling the truth? O'Neill, before feminists in America, women could not get loans and credit cards in their name. Exactly. Yes, it was a man's world. It's no longer a man's world. I hope y'all you didn't see the moment today on to miss it. Wayne is able to use money on these ladies and they're not able to break away. You don't understand what's going on here. Them show you how the man them too simpish, and then they show you how the woman basically not understanding that things has changed. She's still under the guise of she needs one man for the something. Now don't get me wrong, of course, should you have a man and a woman form a union in a marriage? Yeah, that's fine. But it still doesn't negate the fact that a woman is able to make her way if she wants to. She can. That's what's been afforded in the Western world. I'm coming up with a news. Get me one moment. Hey, Linda. Linda loves Amber. Linda, they must say you love Amber and Linda. Amber's character has been dumbed down. But did Wayne ever say he was paying them? Or was he just allowing them to use the name to get the podcast out? They don't have sponsors, and that is who pay the sponsors. Not necessarily. Remember, you know, friends, the podcast, yeah, that's one of your person who pay you. Or when the podcast gets monetized, like, for example, a platform like a YouTube, it gets paid. You'll get the sponsors them when you start doing the work. There's no work yet. Them not do the work. Like I said the last time, Amber is an anti-hero. All of her actions are not going to do what the hero do. But the fans are going to cheer it on. I will never have any respect for Wayne because he does things for people, mostly women, disguised as him helping, but it is for a reason they call him out on. He throws it in their face. Well, you're going to have that doing in a society. You know? So the truth of the matter is, do you take the help or not? That's the question. Do you take the opportunity or not? Guess what? If you're looking for a peachy world, Garno, you're never going to find it. The peachy world don't exist. And that's what I think a lot of people is looking for. They're looking for the peachiness and the rosiness. Amber always make bad decisions. Exactly. And that's no one's fault. You can't make bad decisions and then say someone's fault. I don't know who is worse. The tramp stramp on her lower back above the butt or the bright blonde yellow terrible colored wig. She doesn't have to be a friend. Exactly. She doesn't have to be a friend to work with you. And she said something right in front of her face. I don't know what people are like this. Out of all the women, which one will get the most sponsorship? I'm not sure. That's a good question. Candice is another loser. Candice is losing. Candice isn't finished with the podcast yet. They're gonna fight over who gets paid the most. Amber is aware that she doesn't need it. Amber has always been conscious of employment as a single and married woman. Amber has always worked because she enjoys working. The only thing though is that she's not able to be okay. You can't work and then at the same point you complain in the midst. I wish you could just express that they don't like talking about Amber. Got my boy doing research on all this stuff for y'all. I do all of the research for them money. When we do the research, them rip O'Neill to pieces as long as it's deception and deceit on that podcast, it'll never be over. Pay attention to the thing them. Never say that again, Linda. When people get up and fight the fight for the struggles here, never say that. Or else you basically are pooing on what black culture is. I just want to make you know something, Linda. I just want to let you know something, okay? I just want you to learn something. That our struggles aren't different. Never try to separate us because the moment you start to do that, you create division that is unnecessary. Just remember that Marcus Garvey is one of the biggest people inside of your movement. Linda, I want just to remind you, Marcus Garvey is one of the biggest people that helped toward even the civil rights movement here in the US. Where do you think him come from? Linda, I just want to leave you with some history. Where do you think Marcus Garvey came from? Him come from Jamaica, Linda. That's where him come from. Jamaica. Man like Marcus Garvey encouraged Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Don't forget that. No, man, you don't offend nobody. Well, you don't offend me. Just want you to understand, though. Make sure that you're getting it right. So, in other words, our problems are similar. Never try to separate us. Don't make anybody make you do that. As much as our cultures might differ in a little bit, we still face the same kind of, what you call it, struggles. Women still face the same kind of struggles them and all those things. And women, the same way women feel like them not a choice here, some women in Jamaica feel like them don't have no choice either. Even though it's a predominantly black nation. The same struggles them exist. So I want you to understand that. I'm telling you, O'Neal is O'Neal is a man who love history, so don't just give me anything. You can't just give me anything. You can't just give O'Neal anything. Remember, the man who is, when civil rights movement happened, this is where it come from. It came from here. Along with the other people like the Harriet Tubmans and those other people. But just don't forget, and Marcus Garvey do a lot of the things here. What if him did listen to what you're saying and say, no, you know, you can't speak on black American culture because whatever it is. Guess what? So, we probably would have never have no civil rights movement. You don't think look here, I enjoy the benefits of civil rights. So guess what? I'm glad that all of the people who were here in the US did what they did, including Marcus Garvey, who came from there and brought them experiences here. So you have to make sure you get it. You have to make sure you get it together, you know. Linda, don't forget this. Never ever, Linda, not forget this. O'Neal is don't go around O'Neal. Your boy doesn't research. He's not just coming on here just like, if you notice the platform is very, very, where you can't know. I try to make the platform as fair as possible and as reasonable, but as well research on them things they as lack. Now, can I say that Jamaica is responsible for civil rights act being passed? No. However, we are a contributor. That's what we are. So that's what it is. Just don't forget that. We are a contributor, but we're not the main person. You still had Harriet Tubman and you have Frederick Douglass and the people whoever were in the history of the US. Just want you to know that. So you know what I mean? We study, Linda. We think studied, don't go around O'Neal thing. We just want you to know, Linda. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, back to the conversation here at hand. Fact of the matter is, the ladies, them have put too much feelings. I respect that, but I need you to expect the indigenous people, because you may respect them. No, man, we have respect for every, whatever it is, every soul that was here. That because the indigenous people would fall underneath. We can't know. They would fall under that time where people who were protected and stuff. Yeah, man, you have to, O'Neal just says things. Linda, I want you to know, I try not to come on here just to say things, because me know me have a responsibility on this here platform. I don't just say them. Because if me just say them, then it will mean nothing. And it will come like we don't converse about anything. We are a part of this here space that is here. Now, does a lot of Jamaican know that? Some know, some don't know. Because some remember and some don't remember. It's fine. Don't worry yourself. It's all cool. I have the scene with Tamira and Delicia. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Linda, me love your conversations. It's no worries. This is the Honey Pot girl's point of view. Let's get to the Honey Pot girl's point of view. We can leave it there, so Linda. Don't worry yourself. Just know so we know what going on. We're very informed. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I was trying to say.
And thanks to you, that is no more.
The one that I $30,000, I think I was the naive one.
Very, very, very grateful for that.
Yeah, I'm saying I think I was naive.
Yeah.
Me and my daughter was talking about you around your bed the other day. She was like, "Daddy, what you?"
That's enough.
Okay, I was letting you know.
Amber, Thank you for having my back.
For sure.
Delicia, for validating my feelings because, you know, we had a little rough moment there. I'm not gonna lie. Shayla, baby, you know what it is. Lauren, I guess I just don't really have anything else but to say I don't rock with you. I'm really glad that you didn't come here to make friends because you don't have one in me.
Or me.
Let's get this money, ladies.
Wonderful.
Are they back to the pettiness? Is the question. Is she back to the, is it going to be more pettiness? This is why I said the meeting was a bird meeting, basically. I knew it was going to be a bird meeting, but nonetheless, I have the business. All right, I got it, friends. I got it. Let's just do it right here. We're right here. It's a bird. It's back to the pettiness. It's back to the pettiness. Business as usual. Pettiness as usual. This was a scene with Honey Pot girl and whatever is going on here. So let's jump into it. Let's go.
Hey, Tamara.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, girl, that was a lot tonight. That was a lot.
It was.
So I really want to check on you, to make sure you're good. As a friend, I know that was just a lot to take in. And I just want to say you handled it really well. But I know deep inside, that was a lot.
It was. Yeah, but you don't need to worry. The podcast will be just fine. I understand the program.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. But how are you feeling personally?
All right, so it feel like Delisa is doing the tap dancing again, and I hate when she does this. I hate when she does this, to be honest. You know what I mean? I hate when she does this. Friends, it's all cool. Linda has already let it go. It's good. Don't just let it go. Just let it's over, friends. We're not going to talk no more upon the whole idea of. We're not going to try and talk about who blacker than who. It don't matter to me at all. So here we go. The big question is this: is Tamara going to call Dan? That's the big question. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go, friends. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're not going to. Yeah. Is Tamara going to call Dan? Because it feel like Tamara gonna call Dan. It feels to me like she'll call Dan.
Get the podcast. How are you doing internally?
I am just fine. Finally know the truth. So that's all I wanted.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure that you're good,
Delicia, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I appreciate you, in the meeting, validating my feelings and stuff. Because right now I feel like that's the unpopular opinion. Everybody just business, money, whatever. Okay, understood. But to be real with you, I had some time to think about it, and I couldn't figure out why you were just trying to sell Lauren on me so much. In the Bahamas, we talked about it even the other day at our girls' night.
All right, get to it, yourself, Tamir. Get to it.
I don't know why I didn't think about it at the time, but it's finally clicking now that you knew. Right.
Yeah, I did know some things. I was put in a very, very messed up situation. With that being my friend, Wayne being my boss, you being my friend. So I just was put in a very, very unfortunate situation, and I couldn't tell you any of their business, and I had to sit there and sympathize with you because I didn't agree with any of it.
All right. I just want to know, maybe, let me see what y'all said. Delicia cannot be trusted. Correct, Tamira. Is King headed to Atlanta too? I want him and Tamira to hook up. Tamira is slow. She will tell Shayla about Iman and Delicia. Ooh. Hold on. Okay, interesting. Newski, Tamira, and Delicia. We're on it. Tamira, everyone, the grandma, the ex-wife, the baby mama, even the kids told you about Wayne, but she never listened. I hope Dan and Shayla fall in love and they will be a good match. Yes, Delicia is fake. Team crash out. Delicia is fake. That's why Dee didn't want her. Because she was immature. She cannot be trusted. Dan and Jarvis are on their way. Moneyla, why is Delicia being so fake and fishing? Me to Erica. Honey Pot, still a little girl. Dan can stay with Shayla and Tamira. They're all fake. I believe that, Tabitha. They are definitely all fake. I do see the fakeness in all of them, to be very, very fair with you. Right? I want her to call King too. She's calling him and I will buy him a plane ticket. Dan got money now, so he's gonna do the last hurrah. That's his last hurrah for sure. She don't have to call Dan. He's getting on a plane right now to come there. D is immature, please. Well, T is immature. Don't worry about Dan. I would just pick him up at the airport. Tamira played the same role as Delicia. Tamira is going to hook up with Jarvis and tell all of Lauren's business to Jarvis. And Jarvis is going to tell Dan. I see one answer right now. Okay, all right.
Here's the thing, though. Were you ever really my friend, or you was just trying to make sure the situation was going to play out smooth? Because I understand being caught in the middle, but I don't know. I feel dumb and I feel manipulated. All I wanted to know, I asked, my intuition was telling me something, and I asked them, and nobody wanted to tell me the truth until now.
Well, Samara, two things can be true at the same time. Like, yes, I wanted things to be smooth over, but yes, I am your friend. I was not trying to push Lauren on you. That was never my intentions. When I asked you, how would you react or how would you feel? It's because I'm over here trying to prepare what I know could happen. You know what I mean? So I'm right. Just like, I was just in a tough situation. It was never me playing in your face. It never gave any of that, Samira.
Right. Okay. Well, I just want to let you know, as the leader of the podcast, everything is all good. You don't have to worry about, anything. I understand the program, like I said before. As far as, personal and business, I'm straight.
Samira,
I'm straight.
If that's how you feel, I'm just going to let you take some time. Hopefully time heals all, but that was never my intention, and I hope you understand the situation I was put in.
Have a good night, Delicia.
I'll talk to you later, Samira.
All right, so is she a victim? Because Tamira is posing to be a bit of a victim, and I want to know this from y'all. Want to think? No, you're not straight. Someone says, no, they're not straight. You dumped your real friends for these girls. You chose the mistress over the wife. You chose Denisha over Amber. You. No. Wayne played and you move on. Played you and you move on. Only let the girl get some clarification. Tell Wayne to speed it up. He's writing this foolishness. I get the whole playing in your face, but girl, move on. You've been warned. Tamira, grow up. Delicia, stop with these lies. Delicia is lying. That I can say. Tamira is so immature. Tamira is upset with Delicia for doing the exact thing that she did to Shayla and Amber about Denisha and Anthony. Didn't look at it that way, Eklund, but that's good. To be real, they all get money hungry for real. Lauren, just put it out there. Stop the friend stuff. Ain't no friends on no job. That makes sense. I like that. Go to Skitland if you ever want someone to play in your face. Tamara is no victim. I do not see her as a victim. None of these women are true victims. Here we go again, little Shayla. Nope, nope. People say no, heck no. Skitlanta say yes, exactly, Miss T. Somebody said no. Miss T, this is spot on. What Miss T said? Miss T, what you say? Tamara wants to blame everyone for her decisions. You dated him, you didn't cook, you told strangers that you received $30,000 a month. You. I love this from Miss T. Honey Pot is trying to make it look like she's a victim. And I don't think she really is a victim. I agree with y'all. I don't believe she's a victim. You're a business person, that's about it. And that's how she became business partners with him and the vending machine. Which one? No, she was with Mike when she was younger. When Mike was with Rolanda, Amber wanted to be his business partner. Don't feel sorry for Teapot. She is not a victim. Wayne broke up with her. Correct. Tamara never let her write and knows what the left hand is doing, meaning don't tell him anything. Outside of being Wayne's wife, how is this breakup affecting Tamara's life? Especially if Wayne is a 3 or 4. Why want him back? Exactly, Miss T. For real. True. I like when I'm going with the Tamara thing. I wanted to know what I'm going to think. I don't understand why it's so important to Tamara. Who Wayne is seeing. That's what I asked the question as well to Deborah. I want to know why it's important for she know that. Tamara's father told her, but she worried these fake... Oh, it is what it is. I can't say the words. Tamara trusted Delicia and played in her face. You know what though? Hold on. Here's the deal, Skitlanta. And you have to acknowledge this. For you, Wayne even tried to help these business. Exactly. This is something people don't mention. Tamara is getting karma for dumping her friends. This is something people don't mention often. And let me just talk on this real quick. Let me talk on this. Let's speak on this because Tamara is not making it look like Tamara is not addressing the elephant in the room. This is what Tamara is getting. When Tamara had Latoya and she had Chantal, what I wanted Tamara to do was to keep her real friends them and help her real friends to level up. Help them to level up, meaning them have a business idea, try to support the business idea. Try to see exactly if you could help some way, somehow, put them on. That's what I wanted Tamara to do. She never did these things. Instead, she really looked on those girls. She looked down on those girls. Until the girls, she even run them off. So all of this is warranted. Tamara is getting what she deserved because those were her real friends. These were never her real friends, friends. Let's really talk about it. These were never Tamara's real friends. They weren't. The people who she should have invested in, she left them. These are strangers. It's like Miss T saying, these women are strangers. They say a stranger. Lauren a stranger. Shayla is a stranger. You don't know these girls from a can of paint. Amber a stranger. This is a karma for those friends should have been. You have to level up your friend. If me and you is friend and I'm starting to make some money, I need to level you up real quickly. Me need to level you up right away. Me need to level you up. And if we don't level you up, you need to call me out. O'Neill, you're a no good, whatever it is. Because there's no way I'm going to level you up. No way. Anthony deserves his own money. Tamara is also getting karma for what she's doing to Denisha and Anthony and Shayla and Anthony. She should feel the same type of remorse. Exactly. She not a remorse for Amber in regards to Shayla. You level them up, man. There's no, me have to level you up. What do you mean? If me and a friend and me come in, I come into a couple of millions and the man have all millions of dollars, I should be leveling you up. You must tell me, give me the business plan. Give me the business plan so I can level you up ASAP. She make $30,000 per month and weren't leveling up these friends? No way. No way. Each of the friend them could have get $10,000. Okay, while Tamir was dating Wayne, she could have give each friend 10 grand. Let's talk about it. While Tamira was dating Wayne, each friend, Latoya and Chantal, could get 10 grand. Them could have get 10 grand. Easy. Easy. No, I could talk about it, friends. Easy. 10 grand. Start them out. Easy. No, man, let's talk about it. If you really want the elephant in the room. Give me easy. She could have easily get them 10 grand just for start a business. Easy. Want to think? Some people said no to blows come. Whatever. I'm just saying you could have easily give them $10,000. Easy. Hey, this is what it now go burn our pocket. You could have give the 10 grand. It now go burn our pocket. Me hear we are saying the Avis, but it now go burn our pocket do Avis. It now go burn our pocket, man. 10 grand, it now go burn our pocket, man. Well, what I'm saying is, okay, start them a business then. Help them start a business. Could she help them start a business? Could she have helped them start a business? That's all I'm saying. 10 grand, you know what I mean? Start a business. I don't know what kind of business they want to do. Hair, nails, whatever. I don't know. I don't care what it is. Just something. I don't know. Something. Some business. All right, fine. Don't give them $10,000. I see some people saying, no, don't just give them money. Okay. Could she have helped them to start a business? Could you help them start a business then? Help them start a business. Yeah, start a business. Own part of the business, start a business. I don't know. Whichever one. Boy, Erica, you're not easy, no, Erica. You're not easy, no. I tell you, boy, Erica, I swear. Erica said no to blows cup. Erica said them grown. Them don't need to get no money. All I'm saying is you could have done something for them. I don't know. They were your real friends. They were there with you when you're broke. All I can say is at least, make them feel like, they were there with you. I don't know. You know what? Hey, maybe that's what I would have done. Maybe O'Neal too kind. That's what it is. Maybe O'Neal too kind. They would have blew it on trips and bags. Well, Terrell, you are a balanced voice, Terrell. Could she have said, you know what? What kind of business you would want to fuck? Could she have gone into business with them? Help them start a business. People must say no to blow. Amber need to focus on Dave. She has not gotten over Wayne. Erica may hear. It sounds nice, but still trying to keep her business afloat. True. That makes sense too. All right. Hey, all me say is give them an opportunity. I think they were asking for opportunities. The girls were asking for opportunity. Okay. Here's a question. Could she? God, what am I gonna do? No. You don't think so? I don't think so because their business model is jumping from mansion to mansion. Tamara also burnt her bridge with D. The question is, has she spent any money on herself? No, she put it in a CD. Amber hasn't learned nothing. Tamara need to go cook some lobster. Oh God. She followed everything Shayla wanted. Look here, she bought Shayla things. The fact that Tamara chose, let me see what y'all said this. So. The fact that Tamara chose Shayla over Denisha as a friend is weird. He was asking for his money, which Dave focused on herself, dumping her friends and siding with Shayla when she knew that Shayla was sleeping with Anthony and had a bear. Tamara was treated like Amber. All women on the podcast who are riding on the train must be careful. The train will get derailed very soon. She followed everything Shayla wanted. Tamara should have kept her friends. After that, then think about how to help her friend. Actually, Tamara's friend should have been on the podcast as well. We don't want a lobster friend, so she can't cook no lobster. Well, you know what, friends? It is what it is. I love our conversations, friends. I don't want to drag it too long. Friends, I appreciate y'all. Ladies, I wish for nothing but for you to use the power of choice and exercise the power of choice at all times. You do have a choice to choose in any given moment. You don't have to take anything at all that you don't want to take. That's the power of the new age world that you are in. I hope you exercise that choice as best as you possibly can. This is coming from me, a man, right? Wherever you are, wherever part of the world that you are, exercise that choice. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to y'all soon, friends. Have a wonderful evening. I love y'all very much.
Welcome to the Honey Show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again.